This week, we're doing it podcast style because, guys, I'm moving. I got stuff everywhere. But I wanted to definitely give you an update and also cover a short topic with many details. Merida and expat living here, which has changed. The landscape has changed over the last 2 going into 3rd year that I'm here in Merida. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the adjustments. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, you ain't never gonna have it. Things that we have to adjust to, like no collard greens and cornbread, and options to make life a little bit of a resemblance of our native land, right? Also, we always talk about the climate, local communities, and what that looks like when you gain momentum in Merida and get you some local friends. You learn the language and you're able to communicate more vastly. Also, we're going to talk about the differences in the culture and the government and how it works here and things that I've noticed. And we're also going to get a little bit into this announcement from the Mexican president, if you all didn't catch that. So welcome in, stay tuned, coming at you next. It's Tia Niki and Merida and Expat Living. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. This weekend we're doing it podcast style, as I mentioned. You will not see my face in the place. However, as I move ahead in a new spot, you will indeed see me. And also, we'll have a different background, and I'll have a little bit more to tell you on this apartment versus house living in Merida. If you didn't get a chance, go back and look at that video. I want to thank you all. So many views on it. I appreciate it. And I hope that I am giving you viable information. And that's exactly what my purpose is today. But before I give you that valuable information, I got to give you this. My new and my true. Woo, woo, woo. My numbers are going up. Thank you so much to my new subscribers for rolling with your girl. And thank you to my true subscribers for always giving me your unyielded support. Also want to take a minute to thank you all for the support, the financial support and contributions, donations for the free guides that you all have received. Now, your girls is a little bit partied out, so my voice might be going in and out, but I'm with you today. So if you have not, go download your travel guide and go download your comprehensive Moving to Merida for a smooth transition checklist. Also in there is an apartment hunting guide checklist that you can use universally. It does not have to be only in Merida. However, it is tailored to the needs and the wants of living or moving to an apartment in Merida, which is what I have done, y'all. I'm excited. I had a local point out to me because you all fielded me some questions about noise, right? Pollution. We're used to in the States having that person walking above us. Our floor is their ceiling. I got good news from my local homie. He said, you got to remember, who has lived in the States in Miami for an extended period of time. He said, you got to remember, in the States, you got sheetrock. Here is concrete. So he said, you probably won't hear a thing unless it is forceful noise. But just everyday walking and sitting and running, I guess, or whatever you have. He said, it's concrete, not sheetrock, not wood, right? And not stucco. So I have a good barrier. And I tell you, this concrete, it will hold in the coolness in your homes. Get the high ceilings if you can. That will help a lot. So as we grow here, as we learn, we're getting so much more information on how to adjust to living in a foreign land, somewhere we've never lived before. Also, the climate, which we will get to shortly. So go back. My allergies are revving up here. I'm allergic to a particular type of bush or tree, and I'm going to ask the gardener when he comes for the last cut over here, what is it, so I can stay away from it. Because I'm going to tell y'all, it really does a number on me. As when it's cut, it immediately starts to subside, but as it grows, my allergies get worse. So that's something to can take into account when it comes to adjusting. Just small things like allergies, right? That you have to take into consideration. So, again, thank you for I've had over 100 downloads of this material, of the free guides. Thank you all so much. To my folks that donated, I saw your donations. I appreciate you. I've been a little busy, but I will send you a thank you and a 20% off a consultation if you'd like to take advantage of it. So if you'd like to make a donation and take advantage of the 20% off consultation, please do. Please do. The link to everything is in the description below and also in the comment section. Out of the 100 downloads, I had one person that said they had issues. So if you do run into an issue, please feel free to email me at tianiki@tianiki.com. Again, that's tianiki@tianiki.com. Now, let's move into this Merida expat living, y'all. It has really, I told y'all the landscape has changed over the last 2 going into the 3rd year of living here. So adjustments, minor to really major, include learning where I want to move. Now, I want to tell y'all, I'm excited because this has been the most informative and decision-making move I made. Before, I had no idea, and it's okay because you won't either. And I'm hoping that you'll take time to listen to, and I see y'all out there, y'all listening to this stuff, finding it very valuable, to make better decisions. And this is a lot of stuff I didn't have. Thus, the guides that were created and the videos that I'm making about the expat living, apartments versus houses, etc. So, minor adjustments are, now I'm confident in the fact that I need to live inside of the city and not outside the peripheral. I know that for a fact now, right? So that is a minor adjustment. All I have to do is inform my realtor that I'm looking at nowhere outside the peripheral, inside. The great thing about living in Merida, it doesn't depend on where you live to get the type of property or house or apartment you want. You want to focus on where you want to live, because you can find pretty parallel, and sometimes even greater the type of house you want. Example, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, balcony, no balcony, pool, no pool, utilities. All of that is findable within Merida as a totality, right? I found that to be universally true, whether you want to be inside or outside the peripheral. However, my adjustment is now I know for a fact that my business and my life is in the city, and I'm good with that. Another minor adjustment, including utilities, or I want to live in an environment where there's no children or no pets, or I want to live in an environment where I can have a pet. Minor adjustment. You can find places that will accept pets and children and places that do not, which increases your level of lifestyle if you want peace or you really don't mind the dogs because you got a couple for yourself. Minor adjustment, right? So these type of things, don't overthink. I can't tell you don't, but I advise you not to overthink those things because it's kind of understood that they will seamlessly work themselves out. The things that you do want to focus on, these are your major concerns, is that peso and that dollar, right? The peso, the dollar, and the increase and the influx of people moving here, the increase in the influx of prices going up in Merida just solo dolo, independently, because more people are moving here, supply and demand. It's government works as government works, right? Universally. Albeit a different structure here in Mexico, I found. You want to pay attention to that, since you're using that American dollar, that conversion rate, keeping up with it. I found out, okay, side note, you do need 4 deposits when moving to an apartment or a house. You need 4 deposits. One goes to the realtor, one goes to the towards the first month's rent, another one goes to the last month's rent, and the last one is a deposit. And all of them are equivalent to the same amount. So you're looking at a 15,000 peso, which is roughly $950, depending on the conversion rate, right? And you're like, I can afford that a month. However, when you move in, you got to hit that 9,000 4 times. You got to hit you got to hit that $900 USD, 15,000 peso mark 4 times. So with my rent only being 10,500 pesos, it's easier to come up with 42 or 45,000 pesos, right, than it is doing 64 or 70,000 pesos. This is very important that you can include it in your budget. That is a major adjustment. Because in the States, we ain't paying 4. We're paying 2 or 3. Here you're paying 4, whether you're a temporary resident, a permanent resident, or a local resident. Okay? Remember that. So your minor adjustments to your major adjustments. On your minor adjustments, you have to figure that out. That's in you, because you only know what you want, what your lifestyle is accustomed to. So take all of that in consideration, all the way to the dollar peso. We talked about the trends of the states as far as politics affecting the dollar, right? That conversion rate that you're keeping up with it. What I did do is, because of the 4 pesos, we had a good conversion day. The other day it was 17.14. So my peso was worth 17.64 cents US. I went ahead and paid a deposit because the rate has been low. The conversion rate's been about 16.50, 16.15 on a bad day. This time it was 17.14. So that means my rent was only $620. On a bad conversion day, when the conversion rate is very low, that could be $700. A difference between 75 USD. Okay? So I implore you to look at that conversion rate, because that is going to be most impactful to your living, what you want, where you want to live, and how much you can afford to spend on rent. Because remember, if you're in house, you got overhead. This is why I brought it down to an apartment where my trash is included, my maintenance is included, my water is included, and my gas is included for $10,500. All I got to do is internet and electricity, and it's furnished. And I requested that it be cleaned and everything. So I put that deposit down on that day. Think about, I know y'all get excited about having houses, and you can find you one for $10,500, but just remember, make sure you remember your overhead. If you're paying gas, electric, internet, water, you got to add all of that in. Okay? And as you're here the first year, you're going to be hot. You're going to be hot. So that's what takes us into climate. We talk about this on all the videos, because I constantly get people that want to compare Merida heat to Texas heat. They want to compare Merida heat to Florida heat. Pardon me. California heat, Vegas heat. They ready to compare. And I'm going to tell you something. Comparison is the death of character. You got to come here and experience this heat. And I will tell you the main difference. We are closer to the equator, and it's humid. And this type of humidity, I have lived in Cali, I have lived in Texas, I have been to Florida. And this is another level of heat. Nevada, Los Angeles, that's the desert. It's hot and dry. The same thing in Texas. Even though it's hot in the day, it might be cool at night. You still have moderate changes in the atmosphere? Right. In the atmospheric pressure, the barometer, I'm not a meteorologist. I used to want to be one. Okay? So these type of pressure points affect what you feel. That's why there's a heat and then a heat index. Because this is what the temperature registers, but this is what you feel. And that's the difference here. It's what you feel. That's the difference. Oh, it get 105 in Texas. Yeah, but here it feel like 150 with humidity. So see for yourself. Experience it for yourself. Okay. So the weather is a thing. Look for a place with your solar panels. So you can run your AC all day and all night. I'm going to tell you, y'all going to pay for this electricity. Don't be fooled. Cortez has talked about it. Other people have talked about it. In these groups, you see these people with these $13,000 peso correction. Looking at about $700, as much as your rent. So now you back to paying what you were paying in the States and actually exceeding that. Budget, even when it comes to climate control. That's why the malls are popular. Because people go there between 1 and 4 to cool off and don't have no electricity in their house. They're not paying a bill. They figured out they have a system and they work it. So your job is back to the first thing, adjustment. Being able to adjust to the ways of Merida. You know, I'm going to do a Merida mindset video coming up because it's a shift in mindset. And that's what's going to help you to adjust and to deal with the climate and find ways to stay cool and to sweat a little bit if you need to. Sweat a little bit if you need to. Okay? Another thing, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. In Vogue made a song. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna. I posted a video. Pictures in the groups. You may have seen them. I found Cream of Nature, hair care products, curly pudding, honey, specifically for 4C, 4B hair, up at the Sorianas at Alta Brisa. I have not even seen it at Sally's, and yes, we do have a Sally's. This was a major find. I posted it in numerous groups on my page, in our Alliance group. If you haven't joined, please consider join AAG. We'd love to have you. $17 a month. You get discounts too, and videos in between each videos, and stuff like the Cream of Nature stuff, right? So I found it. It's out there. And I think since more people are coming, you might start seeing more ethnic products pop up, more diversity in the game, right? Never gonna get it. Collard greens. Now, I got a consultation with a young lady who has been so supportive. Sharice, if you're here, shout out. I appreciate you. Also sent you an email to let you know I was moving because she wanted to send me collard green seeds. I am an avid horticulturist. I plant. I've had 17 to 20 plants at a time. I got one now. And I definitely will put my best foot forward in trying to produce some collard greens here. If it takes off, I'll sell them to you. I'll give them away. Free collard green giveaway day. Raffle. You feel me? So either you're going to adjust to no collard greens, never going to get it, or you're going to do something about it and plant you some of your own, grow you some of your own, adjust and replace. Get your spinach. They have a lot of different types of espinaca, which is spinach in Spanish, here. I've eaten some. Delicious. I got some spinach one time, mixed this with some baby potatoes, the little baby potatoes. Roasted them, cut them in half, put them in there with that spinach with some sabayo, onion, mushroom. It was off the chain. Had chicken on the side. Come on, somebody. Adjustment. Never gonna get it. Climate. That's what we talking about right now. And being able to know that you're gonna make it without the cornbread because you learned how to make hot water cornbread. Because you went on YouTube and learned how to make oven top cornbread. I researched it. You can make cornbread in a cast iron skillet right on your top of your stove. It's not the Jiffy pop Jiffy that we know, but it is a great substitute, and over time your palate will adjust. Your palate will adjust to the fruits with the seeds. Your palate will adjust. You will notice that the beef tastes different. The chicken, pollo, tastes different. Cerdo, the pork tastes different because it's non-GMO. So you ain't going to be tasting how beef tasted in the States with the ammonia in it. You're not going to get that. You're going to get fresh beef with the cattle that was right down the man down the street slaughtered it. They got a farm or was brought locally. So your palate will adjust. You're going to have to adjust and never going to get it. And even the sauces, I've told y'all, try them out because they got a climate of their own. They be fiery hot. Taste that sauce before you put it all over your food. Taste the salsa. Taste the salsa. Okay? Next level of the game is other expats. Now, and I ain't going to keep y'all long today. We only going to run about 20, 30 minutes. Expat situation here is tricky because you have a lot of people that are coming here with trauma issues and they want a trauma bond with you. They are just physically here, but their heart, their mind, their essence, their being is still in the States. They haven't yet separated. All right? So you're going to run into wounded soldiers, wounded warriors who have transcended their pain, and that may be your crew who you connect with your tribe. So there will be a trial and error. You know, we often talk about going out and seeing people who look like us and they don't even speak. They look the opposite way or intentionally, not to make eye contact. And you got to honor that. You got to not take it personally and understand these people are fighting their own battle and you just can't see their scars. Give them a break. That's something they didn't get in the States, and they coming here to get a break, even from us. So I want to tell y'all, don't absorb that type of energy. Still speak if you want to, but don't damn them. Try to understand outside of yourself that some people are dealing with things and some people are just the way that they are. And don't let that stop your fun, good time. Go on with your life. If you join these groups and you don't connect, still live out loud. Go on, go to the beach by yourself. Don't be afraid to travel here by yourself. There are plenty of people, and you will still feel the love because the Mexicans, the locals, are so friendly and hospitable. They check on you. They bring you stuff. They believe in relationships. This is a deep, deep, deep adjustment when it comes to the core fabric of the makeup of these people. They are not on this level of the USBS. They don't live in a separated society. They don't live in a disconnected community. They live actually for one another. They want to help your issues or my issues. I took Spanish class when I first came here. And they said, every time somebody asks you something that was concerned, are you okay? Then what can I do to help? I did videos where you tell them Americano, I got some issues, and they be like, girl, let me call you back. They're not trying to even hear it. And if they hear it, they want to tell you what to do instead of validating your experience and taking time to listen. Most times, if you're going through something, you just need somebody to listen and to validate your experience. And make it relative. Like, I understand I've been where you are. And I want to encourage you that this will pass and that the sunshine will come out again. Sometimes we just need a shoulder. And I find that the local community is built that way. Now, there is a thin line between nosiness, which Americans are kind of, because they all in your business, but they in your business because they want to help. They want to help. So a deep shift, a paradigm shift in how you be, how you interact, how you explore what to expect, not getting what you used to getting, never gonna get it. And it's a good thing because that means good things too. You're never gonna get Karens. You're never gonna get attitude. You're never gonna get neck. You're never gonna get sagging in the pants. Never gonna get it. It don't exist here. I haven't seen it. And it may have been there, but I haven't seen it. So I had one person tell me when Cortez announced, we make America look so big. And to us it is. For me, this is the perfect place for me. As a rooster, I'm a rooster Chinese zodiac. I have researched this stuff, and they say roosters, Mexico is great for roosters. It's nurturing, it's warm, it's feminine, it's motherly. I feel safe. I feel love. I feel seen. Something that I never experienced. I met the governor. The governor, I told y'all on another video, I was traveling and saw the governor and he blew a kiss. Yes, he did. He blew a kiss. And I was like, I've been in the States 50-some years and they never met the governor of any state, nor had a kiss thrown to me. It made me feel special. So, when I'm riding through the city and I see his posters up, they have a lot of billboards in Merida. They do a lot of advertising. When I see that, I'm like, man, I know that guy. I met him. I looked in his face. He looked in my eyes. I couldn't get my camera out fast enough, but it's okay. It's a personal experience for me. Confirmation for me. And edification for me that I am where I belong. And where I belong is here. So I absolutely love Merida. I have nothing bad to say about it at all. If you're looking for negative things, you probably won't find it on my channel. I'm just here and happy to be here and accept it. Pardon me. So as my voice goes, I'm going to exit with two things. One is I want you to understand that Mexican culture plays hard and works hard. I see people complaining about the noise level. I complained about it. You ain't alone. But once again, back to adjustment. I have had a mariachi band play in 12 in the morning, 12 a.m., during the holidays in the middle of the street. Woke me up out my sleep, scared me to death. Guess what? I got to adjust. That's what they do. And shoot, next time I'm going to be out there. Full adjustment. Fully in the game. Drink the whole Kool-Aid with a straw. I'm down for it. Because I realize I come from a place that doesn't have a culture for me. I come from American culture, where we have different demographics, and African American and Anglo American and Indian American. All this here is just Mexican American. God said, I don't understand America. I thought y'all all in the same place. Ain't y'all just Americans? Why is it Africa so many, all these different levels of existence and ethnicity and racial barrier? And he made a point. And here, I don't feel that. I don't have that. I don't experience it. So when people bring it here, it's really hard for me to deal with. It takes me back to a place of depression, PTSD, and unfulfillment. And here, I don't have that. I'm totally fulfilled. I'm happy, moving ahead, see productivity and progress in my personal life, in the lives of those around me. I don't need a bunch of people, 2 or 3 friends, and I'm good. And I'm settled, and I'm living my best life. The last thing that we all want to mention is, honey, the government, the president of Mexico, who I love, has made, he is Scorpio, he has made a declaration that he is going to start hunkering down on illegal aliens, illegal immigrants here. Hello. They finally caught up to the game, y'all. We are out. And they said like 240,000 people moved to Mexico since the year began. And this is only April. So now the government is like, and see, we got good folks like you and me who are listening, who are coming here to escape the USBS and trying to rebuild our lives and have a peaceful existence. And whatever time we got left, we want to be at the beach and eating good, right? Then we got these colonizers. They want to come over here and change the face and increase the prices and take over businesses and run people out their neighborhoods. And we're not part of that ilk. And y'all know who I'm talking about, right? So now the government has responded, and then our government responded and told the Mexican president that we tell you what to do. So the Mexican president came back and said, excuse me, we are a sovereign country. We don't belong to you. Just because you can drive here, don't get it twisted. You don't want none of this Scorpio fire. He came back at him. So I want y'all to be aware of things that are bubbling up underneath that will affect your residency, affect your citizenship, affect the borders. America love to put up borders between people and walls and stuff. So be aware. Get in while you can fit in. This is time. Don't waste it. I'm going to tell you something. Everything in life you can recoup. You lost money, you can go back and get it. Right? Your health may be failing, you can do something about it. Other than the doctor, holistic health. You can move somewhere with health. You can do something. You can make an active measure in your life with most things. You had a bad relationship, you get over it, you learn to love again. But I'm going to tell you one thing that you can never, ever get back. You cannot time. T-I-M-E. Time. And you can't pause it. You can't rewind it. You are a subject of it. You hear me what I'm saying to you? Time is the most important thing you have. Please don't waste it. Please use it wisely. Every second that passes. I hear people saying, oh, I'll do it later. I'm going to do that next year. What gives you the audacity to think that you have that amount of time? That you have next year? Do it now. Do it today. Tomorrow is not promised. Live your life to the fullest. Grab the bull by the horns. Be scared and do it anyway. And move into your magical moments. You can do it. I'm here to tell you. Put it on tonight. I'm going to make y'all some videos with traveling affirmations. You can do it with airplane, ASMR in the background. You can put it on while you sleep. I'm an avid fan of affirmation and meditation. You listen to that thing every night for 30 days and you become it. I am wealthy every night for 30 days. I can do it every night for 30 days. Kick fear in the ass. Kick fear in the ass. And leave the U.S. bull BS. Almost said the full word. While you can, because the powers that be can see. They can see clear every day. So, I rented a car for a couple of days. I haven't rented one since I've been here. And I will let you guys know the process, how it was. I do have a hookup. If you're here and you need a rental car or you need a referral, please email me. Email me at tianiki@tianiki.com or tianikiinmerida@gmail.com. So today, we talked about Merida and expat living, flowing into the adjustment and the abundance. Never going to get it, never going to get it. You're going to have to resolve that there are some things. Blue magic. You can't go to the store and get it. Not yet. But somebody can send you some blue magic hair grease for my homegirl. I got some. When people ask me, what can I bring you, Tia Niki? Some hair grease. Blue magic. But at this rate, it's going to be at Sally's or at Soriana's. So we talked about adjustment and abundance and never going to get it, and the climate and being able to adjust, looking at solar panels or setting your budget aside, and also learning to sweat. We talked about other expats and not expecting so much from them. They can only give you but so much. If they don't have nothing to give, leave them alone. Go on and live your life. The local community, nosy versus being involved and understanding. When you learn a language and you have local friends, they will be concerned and they will want to be involved in your life. Okay? Right? The differences in culture. We talked about the deep-seatedness of the Mexican culture versus the Americana culture, because we're dealing with Mexicana culture as a people and Americana culture as a melting pot of different ethnicities and cultures. Here you have one. So that's why the adjustment is so impactful and the differences are to the core. Research it, listen, learn. And also this government awareness that people are mass exiting the U.S. in droves, 240,000 since the beginning of the year. You're going to be part of the next 240,000. People are going, and the Mexican president is buckling down on this immigration and making sure you got your papers. See, I think things going to be turned upside down. That's just my view. That's why I moved here too. That's part of the reason. Because I said things going to turn upside down, and the United States might be on top, baby, but sooner or later they're going to be on the bottom. Mexico going to be on top because we bringing them the moolah, and that's what they need to what? Expand their country to money. Let me tell you, you rather have it than not have it. And it moves things. It's a tool, and Mexico will use it to better these streets, better the education system. They use the money right. The government here, what I like about it is they allow citizens the right to have their own businesses and make their own money and be self-sufficient. These people here are business owners. They ain't vendors. They business owners. Every other house, they selling shoes, chicken, pork, tacos, ice cream, pizza. They are selling out of their house. They are self-sufficient. That's why I told you, the government know there's never a threat that it will be overthrown by the American people, because what you going to do after you overthrow it? What skills do you possess to do anything? We don't possess none. They handicap you, right? Here you put a Mexican in the field with a hammer and the nails and some wood, and my man will have a house built by the time you come back. Then he'll call his homeboy who know plumbing, and his homeboy will call his family member that know electricity, and then they'll expand it, and then go find a water source, right? Get the water source and channel it. And then you got what? I'm telling you, because they have generational skills. When I was in high school, we had wood shop. We had automotive. The young men had an opportunity to learn a skill, a trade, which gives them the ability to own their own business. If you know HVAC, you ain't got to work for nobody. You can put a sign on the side of your truck and then offer services. So I love that about Merida, that you are not handicapped in being self-sufficient. Whereas in the States, the government makes you totally dependent on it. So as the dog comes out and gives us a little bit of noise pollution, I am going to close today. But again, I want to encourage you to keep going, be aware, watch the trends, watch your money. Look at this information on the immigration awareness between the United States and Mexico. Save your coins, choose wisely, make educated decisions based on the information that you're receiving. You're getting a lot. You're getting from me. You're getting from Cortez. You're getting from other creators, content creators, influencers that you see. Write it down. I got so many people that ask me questions and never write it down. And I'm like, you my age. I know you can't remember. You ain't recording. You ain't doing nothing. So write it down. Get something to write and make a vision board. I have some people out there making vision boards. Do it. If you need my help, call me. Schedule a consultation. If you want to be a group of people to keep you motivated, join the YouTube community, $1.99 a month, or join the Alliance group, $17 reoccurring monthly, where you get all the goods. Remember, we have the Chichanista Cococa Nights coming up. The trip is coming up June 22nd. Have more people buy tickets this weekend, so they are going. We do have a cap of about 20 to 25 people. We're sitting at about 10. So we still got some room. Come on and get in, and it will also give you an opportunity to visit Merida. I have a package on there where I'll pick you up, get you straight, and it's the opportune time to feel this heat. It's just a great opportunity. I done told y'all, time can either be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy. It is up to you to choose which one you gonna feed. Okay? So, with that being said, I wish you adios. Have a great, awesome, fabulous week. Do some research, take some classes. It's all about self-improvement and getting you ready for your journey. All right? So, until next time, peace.